Welcome back to Christmas Tales, where we share the most fascinating and sometimes frightful holiday stories from around the world. Tonight, we journey to the frosty mountains of Iceland to meet Grýla, the Christmas witch. But let me warn you, she's no ordinary witch. Grýla is a figure straight out of your darkest winter nightmares. Let me paint a picture of her for you. Grýla is ancient, so old that no one remembers when she first appeared in Icelandic folklore. Some say she's thousands of years old, older than the mountains themselves. Her face is a testament to her age, deeply lined and weathered by centuries of icy winds and harsh winters. Her long, crooked nose juts out from her face, her sharp yellowed teeth glint in the faint light, and her glowing eyes seem to pierce through the darkness. Her hair is a tangled, wild mess of gray and white, cascading down her hunched back in matted, scraggly strands. It looks as if it hasn't been combed in centuries, because it likely hasn't. Her skin is pale, almost ghostly, yet blotched and rough, like bark on an ancient tree. Her hands, long and bony, end in sharp, claw-like nails, perfect for snatching up naughty children. Grýla's attire matches her sinister reputation. She wears a dress that might have once been festive, reds and greens, but now it's faded, patched, and stained with soot and grime. Layers of thick woolen shawls drape her shoulders, offering some warmth against the biting cold of her mountain lair. Her boots, heavy and crudely stitched, look like they've marched through centuries of snow and rock. Every piece of her outfit seems to carry the weight of her long and terrifying life. And then there's her sack, a massive, coarse bag slung over her shoulder. This is no ordinary sack. It's big enough to hold dozens of children, and legend says she uses it to collect the naughty ones, dragging them back to her cave to cook in her bubbling cauldron. Imagine seeing her coming down from the mountains on a dark December night, her towering figure silhouetted against the snow, her breath visible in the icy air, and the eerie creak of her sack as it sways with her every step. For Icelandic children, this was the stuff of nightmares. Grýla is no jolly Santa Claus. She's a reminder that winter can be as dark as it is beautiful, and that good behavior might just save you from her clutches. But how did she become such a terrifying figure? Let's dig deeper into her story. According to the legend, Grýla is terrifying in every way. She has 15 tails, and each one carries 100 bags. What's in those bags, you ask? The naughty children she's collected, ready to be cooked in her enormous cauldron back at her cave? That's right, Grýla is a Christmas cannibal. Now, Grýla isn't working alone. Her family is just as frightful. She's married to a lazy troll named Ludi, who doesn't do much except lounge around their cave. And then, of course, there's their mischievous pack of children, the Yule Lads. The Yule Lads aren't nearly as scary as their mother, but they're certainly troublesome. They come down from the mountains one by one in the 13 nights leading up to Christmas, causing chaos wherever they go. Some steal food, others slam doors, and one even peeks through windows. But don't worry, they've softened over the years. Nowadays, Icelandic children leave shoes in their windowsills, and if they've been good, the Yule Lads leave small gifts. If not, they might get a rotten potato instead. But let's get back to Grýla. She's not as forgiving as her children. Icelandic folklore says she can sniff out naughty kids from miles away. Once she's found them, it's straight into the sack and back to her cave for dinner. Now, before you get too spooked, here's something to keep in mind. Grýla's story was originally used as a way to keep children well-behaved during the long, dark winters. Iceland's harsh environment meant families needed to work together and stay disciplined to survive. Stories like Grýla's were a way of reinforcing those values with a little bit of fear. Today, Iceland celebrates Grýla as part of their unique Christmas traditions. She's no longer seen as a real threat, but her story is a fascinating part of Iceland's folklore. You can even find her in modern holiday decorations and festivals. So what do you think? Would Grýla scare you into being good, or would you brave her wrath for a little mischief? Either way, her tale reminds us of the rich tapestry of Christmas folklore from around the world. Thanks for joining me for this spine-tingling installment of Christmas Tales. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you won't miss our next story. Until then, stay cozy, stay kind, and keep an eye out for Grýla. Happy holidays!